Yo, I just wanted to make this video. This is just a message to the specific like fan bases of One Piece, specifically the Zoro fans. This is just a question. Like honestly, it's just a question. Um, why do some of some of you people want Zoro to be stronger than Luffy? Like, I'm not trolling or anything. Or like that's a genuine question. That I even asked this question was to begin with was I was watching this video on it. It was a power scholar. Basically, I'm not going to mention their names, obviously, but they are basically arguing the fact that Zoro should win, mainly because he's using sharp objects slash swords, and because one of Luffy's main weaknesses is sharp objects slash swords. By that logic, he should win against Luffy. And I'm like, oh God, like, see my face, but I'm just like, why? Like, I just asked a casual's like opinionist, like a person who's pro, like never watched One Piece in their life, and then ask them, okay, who do you think can win a fight? And they say like Luffy versus Zoro. Like 9 times out of 10, the person who's never watched or pro like seen One Piece via like maybe like via talks or whatever, they'll 9 times out of 10 they'll say Luffy, obviously. Like it's pretty obvious. Other like points and within the manga slash show that oh yeah, like Luffy is obviously stronger than Zoro. Like of course, like I don't even have to like bring up Gear 5 after Wano because it's like that. Basically it sparked this question because I've been thinking about this for like a minute, and literally because the Sanji fans, they don't care, like Jinbe fans don't care, and yeah, I don't need to like mention other like characters with who these fan bases think is stronger than Zoro. Because I mean, the obvious ones are like obviously like Shanks, all of the girls here together, Emo, Dragon. Hey, can you argue God versus Luffy? I don't know, like for some reason, it's like it's specifically the Zoro fans that like was not just like oh like I want like Luffy, I want like him and Luffy to be equal in terms of power. I'm like, but why though? Like that's much. Why? What would generally change if, okay, theoretically, Zoro is equal, or God forbid, stronger than Luffy? Like honestly, like what would that do for the story? Like if anything, like to me, it would not make sense within the story because Luffy not only is he the main character, but he's the captain of the ship, and I don't think there's an instance where like the second in command or the third in command is stronger than the captain. I can't name a single instance. Maybe there are like a few, but my memory is like blank and literally like, yeah, I'm specifically mentioning this to like the Zoro fans because they're like the only sub faction that mostly just cares about this stuff. And I'm like I said, like the other like fan bases within the One Piece community don't care about this. Like I'm genuinely asking. Job to the Zoro fans is that the other fan bases also don't care about this because the characters are generally good characters that rely on their writing alone. And I feel like the Zoro stands, specifically the stands, who want to paint like, oh, Zoro is like the strongest. Like, I'm not gonna lie, this kind of reminds me of the Naruto fan base. The video just cut there for some reason. Anyways, yeah, what was I talking about? Yeah, like the Naruto fan base and the Sasuke fans specifically. Like that, like, and y'all know where I'm going. This to the people who were like Sasuke fans for some reason want to argue that oh Sasuke is like they want to argue oh he's equal to Naruto, or like something like oh he's similar in power, which you can argue yes, but they want to like argue the fact that he's stronger than like Naruto, the main character. I don't need to prove why this is one of like the most dumbest anime texts. I can just like rip off. Like people have already like ripped into this topic in general. I mean, I think there's unlikely a video that argues for some reason argues that Sasuke should be or is stronger than Naruto. Like, and I'm like, why? Like, I mean, you can just say he's your favorite character, but also don't say this stuff that will make you dumb on the internet and people will laugh at you. It's like an opinion is an opinion for a reason. But if you try to present your opinion beyond that, like as a fact, why like you literally like say instead of just saying, "Oh, Sasuke is my favorite," or "I like him more than Naruto," that's fine. But then when you equate it to like, "Oh yeah, that means like Sasuke is stronger than Naruto," I'm like, like the Zoro fans, like basically because there are people who are like, "Oh, because Zoro is like, I'm not going, he's like one of the coolest characters like out there in like Naruto, like if not the coolest, frankly." Like, I can mention other characters who can surpass him that in that equation, but like in within the story, he's like the coolest character, like the up there with like Sanji. Like in my opinion, like cause yeah, I'm a Sanji fan, of course, which is why I'm asking this question. So most Zoro stands, they say this literally because they like Zoro more than Luffy, and then to them that fact equates. Oh, that means let me like push the agenda, like because this is of course agenda field. Like why like Zoro should be stronger than Luffy? I'm like, bro, please. Yeah, I just wanted to make this quick ass video. Like I said, I'll be releasing this type of videos with you know with my face. Well, not really my face. Like I'm just covering my face, so I want to like keep my anonymity, I guess. So yeah, more videos like this. I mean, if the edited videos, I'll make them when I feel like it. I'm gonna be real. So yeah, I think the next video will be like whatever, like something about I don't know casual sex or whatever. um, bye. Also, to add to the take that Zoro should be equal to Luffy, or if not stronger, is the reason the ZKK originally started was like not just the fact that oh yeah, like Zoro, like mostly resembles Ryuma, whom the character was originally based, like Zoro was based off originally before One Piece started. No, it wasn't like the fact like oh yeah, like both Ryuma and Zoro have similarities between each other, which is why like oh and Kaido, especially since it was revealed that Kaido has a dragon fruit, and then people essentially put two and two together. Oh, yeah, and Zoro basically having a black blade before he changed it with Enma, which it didn't change anything for ZKK to begin with, but to a lot of the Zoro fans who I was talking about, or stands, if Zoro essentially killed Kaido, whether it was like the way like Ryuma had beheaded that dragon, essentially, it would essentially close the gap. It would pretty much just close the gap between, literally close the humongous gap between Luffy and Zoro. And then to add it even further into Egghead, the only reason why people literally even like wanted Zoro to one shot Lucci was because they want Zoro to treat Luffy the way like Luffy treated like Lucci in Egghead, like literally like dog walked him essentially, which is I'll probably like include this at the end of the video. But yeah,